There was also a couple events that happened this week. So this isn't a book speech, but it's just a practice developing the concept. Yes.
We need clarification on, is the red dot up here?
That means it's on.
It's on, okay. Started.
Okay. Just so some of you know, I'm trying to record this just so I can see the way it looks, my wife can hear it, and then I can evaluate for myself how it comes across for the sake of doing better. What's in a name? We wake up one day and look around and what's going on here? Why does all this exist? What are we even doing? Do you ever stop and think about that? It's like, what is up with this thing we call life? It's bizarro, man! I mean, this is just really crazy. We do it without thinking, but who's to say? Well, a lot of people actually. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of preachers, philosophers, bards and sages, clerics and clergy, those who know how to read sacred words from long ago and far away. But are those words right? Are they trustworthy? Who's to say? Now, Solomon had a lot to say. Imagine the burden imposed upon you of being the wisest man in the world for all time, past, present, future. That's quite a job description. And you better live up to that entrustment, you can be sure. But he claimed, the words of our God endure forever. Trustworthy without fail, never ceasing, never changing. So why is there different religions? Different words must be different gods with different names. Did any of you see the Super Bowl and notice they have these multi-million-dollar ads, and their Toyota had an ad in there, and they had a Jewish rabbi, a Catholic priest, a Muslim cleric, and a Buddhist monk. They all hop into the truck and go to the football game. Did you happen to see that? And they're saying, we're all together, we're all the same. Not! Excuse me. The word name in Hebrew is Shem, like the fourth of the Three Stooges. Remember him? Larry, Curly, Moe, and Shem. The word Shem is not just name, it's also fame, renown, and reputation. Reputation, like, you know, the Eagles who just won the 2018 Super Bowl? Those Eagles, not the Eagles who played Take It Easy, the musicians. So when you think of your name, it's also what you're known for. It's not just ding dong dolls, right? I could throw something down the staircase. Or some sound like Bob. It's not some, it's what you're known for. That's what name is all about. It's like being one of the Three Stooges. Whatever their name is, you watch their show expecting to see certain antics. The shenanigans are what you're watching for. You listen to a new album by the Eagles, anticipating that your expectations will be upheld. So you read the Bible stories to get a scope on what behavior to expect of your deity. That's his Shem. It's an amalgamation of all that he's disclosed throughout history. But can those Bible stories be trusted? Some don't think so. But Solomon seems to think so. Absolutely. Our problem is, Solomon read and thunk in Hebrew, and we don't. So once the words are translated, something is different. Everything is different. So different that a rabbi, a priest, a cleric, and a monk we think is all the same. Not! A New Testament adherent recently told me that the God of the Old Testament is the devil. The very devil himself. Go figure. Solomon's God of truth is actually the father of lies. Imagine that. Now, if you really wanted to be known as a liar, the father of lies, it's a pretty good name to sport. Hard to beat. Let's see. If you were indeed the father of lies, you'd pass yourself off as the father of truth, wouldn't you? Now that's a conundrum. What to do? Where's the key to get out of that entanglement? If only there was some instrument that we had by which to determine the truth, to measure the truth, a standard by which to compare for the sake of assessing a lie, a weight to put in the balance to weigh the absolute versus the pretense, wisdom versus stoogery, by which to disclose the impostor, to point the finger at the liar. Does there exist such a gift, which the Almighty might have already bequeathed to us blind and baffled, bamboozled, mere humans? Think, why so many religions? Why so many doctrines? So many anxious to kill so many others for the sake of a belief that may not even be true. The rabbi, the priest, the cleric walk into a bar, but the monk was bowing and so he missed it. He didn't run into it. That's a joke. Other than our own willingness to believe or our coercion, that darn Inquisition. What's the proof of what's so? It's another joke. You know, they force people to convert and believe. How do we know we're right? That's the bottom line. The others can pound the pulpit with equal emphasis, but that's not proof. I've heard of just as many miracles and testimonies from all sides. How can we know which words are truth, which words to believe, which signs even point to what we're supposed to be in line with? Maybe Solomon was an idiot. He was human. He did make mistakes. This guy had 1,000 wives and concubines. That can't leave a man unscathed. Maybe he deceived himself. Is anything true? What is truth? Stephen Hawking is in search for the theory of everything. Wouldn't that be truth, if indeed it is? Is the truth an equation or a formula? Maybe. A picture or an image? Nah. Can it be expressed in language as a sentence? Wouldn't truth have to predate the image, the formula, the words? Pre-exist what vehicle was employed to convey the axiom? In other words, the thing that's true has this vehicle, which is a statement or some formula which points back to it. So the truth has to predate. We're searching for the indicator, which is this thing that we can put into words, as an agency or of the agency. In other words, this truth is this thing, and then we're looking for the signs that tell of it. Creationists don't believe evolutionists because in a single cell, there's all these different components. And you have to have all the systems being designed, built, functioning, and interactive all at once, all at the same time, before the cell can even exist, so it can't evolve. Done. The debate's over. Creationists win. So this entire universe, all that is, but be a factor of the truth. a component of the whole, a fractal of that cell model. So each piece is part of the whole. The whole must have each piece 100% operational to happen at the beginning so that it can function, everything can function as an integrated unit. A circuit. Every apparent conflict or discrepancy then is reconciled in the truth. It has to be. It's just the part we don't understand. The theory of everything. Lovely, so what is it? Where is it? Where is that mode to which all else is proven? Where do you even begin to look? Perhaps it's a pattern, a geometry, a sequence, somehow, somewhere embedded in our collective subconscious. Maybe it's in the name. The name that the rabbi won't say. The name that the priest changed. That the cleric hates. That the monk ignores. That we just don't know because our sages don't want us to know. And we never thought it mattered. What's in a name? You know, if we don't look, we wouldn't see that the name is removed 7,000 times from the very text that was designed to exhibit the name, thanks to our entrusted intelligentsia. And we're their stooges. Ah, so what? Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. Stop this thing. Hit it again, same button.
Which button was it?
Okay, I'm gonna